Hello everyone, this is Jay at Inspiration Masters. We are a communication and leadership training institute, and we have the programs on effective communication for influence, that is for the executives. We also have the programs for the young kids from grade 5 to 8, that is public speaking and leadership program and speak for success program for the high school students all around the DFW area. As a part of our inspiring series, we get an opportunity to meet the difference makers, the entrepreneurs, the business owners, the artists who are making a difference not just in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but around the world. And today I have a special guest here. I have Ms. Kanan Shah here from Ottimmo. Kanan, welcome to Inspiration Masters.
Thank you, Jay.
Thanks for taking the time and talking to us today. And I will tell you something about Kanan. She's a master math teacher, over 10 years of professional experience specializing in Singapore math. Don't worry, we're going to find out. And she's helping students to reach their full academic potential, possesses exceptional ability to establish positive and cooperative relationships among all parents and students. Her talent for teaching intense, hands-on learning techniques and offering pictorial representation followed by abstract phrase. Extreme passion for teaching students with belief that all students have the ability to reach a heightened learning potential resulting in success. Committed to personally tailoring math programs that meet each individual's specific learning needs, while emphasizing critical thinking skills that help students excel in the areas of education. And she provides encouragement through positive reinforcement while making learning exciting and enjoyable. She's worked with Deutsche Bank, New York, and at Lockheed Martin in Texas. So again, Khan, welcome. We are going to find out a lot about math. All of us need to learn math. And at Ottimmo, you teach the Singapore math.
Yes.
So tell us something about what is Singapore math and how is it different from other math?
First, let me tell you how I decided to do Singapore math.
Sure, absolutely.
That is important because there's a lot of math program here.
Uh-huh.
And me coming from India, and why not Indian math? Why
Uh-huh.
Singapore math? Well, I was searching for the best math program in the world, and the Singapore math is supposed to be the best.
Uh-huh.
The kids in Singapore and are best in science and math. So I
Mhm.
started learning and doing some research on it, and I found that the kids who are learning through that method are more able to do critical thinking and
Yes.
able to
Uh-huh.
do the problem solving. So I started taking training in that program. I am trained into this program for many modules,
Mhm.
and I have attended the in-house training and also online. So I keep
Right.
learning myself. So then I started, I created my own curriculum for Singapore math for grade K through 6,
Okay.
which is the best effective.
Uh-huh.
So that's how I decided to do the Singapore math, because it's
Wonderful.
one of the best in the world.
That's right. It's the best program. That's how you selected
Yes.
it. So it goes from grade K through 6.
Mhm.
That's what you get started.
Yes.
So that's a typical age you recommend to start
Yes,
early.
absolutely, because if you want to have a strong foundation,
Uh-huh.
you start early on. You don't want to
Yes.
start at 6th and 7th grade,
Right.
which is more like going into algebra and geometry.
Right.
So we want to start early on so the
Uh-huh.
kids have a very strong foundation and aptitude for the math.
Right.
Which is
so
important.
It's very important to start early. So how do they come in? They come in from the grade and then they come in every week? With
Yeah,
you?
they
How does it
come
work?
once. I meet my student once a week
Uh-huh.
for 1 hour.
Okay.
And I tell parents I don't need to meet them more than 1 hour, because our class session is very effective.
Uh-huh.
We communicate math. We don't.
Right.
I just don't teach them.
Right.
I tell kids to explain me. It's very interactive class.
Uh-huh.
So the kids enjoy, and in 1 hour they learn more. And
Okay.
I don't consider myself as a math teacher. I teach them how to think, how
Right.
to do the problem solving.
Oh, okay, so tell us something more about it. Yeah, how does it think? What is it? How do you think math? That's the
Well,
question.
basically, I don't tell them okay, what is 2 plus 2 is 4. I
Uh-huh.
don't ask them to memorize.
Okay.
We tell, okay, let's see, how do you make 2 times 4 as 8?
Okay.
So they learn the concept.
Uh-huh.
So once they learn the concept, they're able to explain it to me.
Yes.
So when I say, what is 4 times 8? They actually tell me how it is 4 times 8, 32,
Uh-huh.
not just memorize. So they
No devices.
no devices, and they
Okay.
don't need to memorize anything in my classroom. I tell
Uh-huh.
them no memorization of multiplication table, nothing.
Okay.
In second grade, kids can do multiplication.
Yes.
They don't need to memorize ever. So
That's interesting. No memorization, no devices.
No
So that is an
devices.
interesting concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've been doing for a long time.
Yeah, it started in 2010.
Uh-huh.
It all started with my own son who
Mhm.
wanted to go for an SAT prep program, and I
Uh-huh.
decided, like, what is it? And I started with SAT prep. I did
Right.
not start with Singapore Math at all.
Uh-huh.
I started with SAT, and working with many kids,
Uh-huh.
we realized that my son had a very strong foundation versus
Uh-huh.
the other kids
Uh-huh.
because he learned everything with conceptually.
I
We
think
didn't
it's
teach
good.
him memorization or anything
Uh-huh.
so he had a very strong foundation, so he did perfectly good.
Yeah,
and
he did
he got
2400.
2400 score.
Uh-huh.
So working with other kids, we realized why they are struggling.
Uh-huh.
What is it? So we said, let's start from the very bottom, like
Uh-huh.
grade K. And that's how we started in
Yeah.
2010, and that's when I started researching for Singapore Math.
No,
And
that's
taking
that's
training.
that's an interesting concept to start them early.
Mhm.
And when we had the same thing when I was coaching people, they're in the 40s.
Mhm.
They have been overlooked for promotions and things
Mhm.
like that. And then we said, why should we wait till 40 to have somebody come and learn communications? Why don't we
Absolutely.
start early?
Absolutely.
So it's a good concept to start them as early. And you're starting way earlier than even what we do. We started 5th grade. You start at right K.
Well,
Catch
because
them early. That's a bad
Math is
foundation.
needed at the early age.
So that's a good idea to catch them early and teach
Yeah.
them constantly. And the conceptual learning, I like that, really the
Yeah.
idea of that concept
Mhm.
learning. So Kanan, tell us about the Singapore Math. So how, because I was reading the introduction, and it is pictorial and abstract, and explain how that works.
So basically, Singapore Math goes, like I told you, go from grade K through 6, right?
Uh-huh.
So they do. It's a CPA method.
Uh-huh.
So it's a concrete, pictorial, and abstract. So
Uh-huh.
younger kids, they do everything with hands-on. So even they are learning fraction with the hands-on, right? So
Uh-huh.
and then they go into the pictorial where they draw the pictures. They break the problems into small parts. They draw the pictures and
Uh-huh.
they solve it. And then abstract method, which get easier because they know the concept, right?
Okay, yeah.
So they understand what they are doing in division and multiplication in abstract method.
Mhm.
So if I give you an example, my third grader would be solving,
Uh-huh.
would be just an example. I was teaching something like sum of two consecutive number is 19. What
Mhm.
are those two numbers?
Yes.
So usually like teachers say, okay, guess those two numbers. First of all, those third grader doesn't even know what is consecutive number means.
Uh-huh.
So they are learning very young age, consecutive number is next to each other,
Right.
right? And then like, okay, now 19, so they might say, okay, let's start adding numbers and
Uh-huh.
then decide. But we say, okay, let's draw the picture
Uh-huh.
and solve it.
Right.
And it gets so much easier. Everything else after, even if I say sum of 4 consecutive number is this, they're able to solve that.
Wow. So how would they draw 19?
No, they would draw the if I have a board here, I can show you, but it's like first number, we make a box, and the second number is another box.
Oh,
We
okay.
add another box to the second number,
Uh-huh.
and those adding of two numbers is 19.
Okay.
So you take away 1 from
Uh-huh.
the second box,
Uh-huh.
minus it, that becomes 18.
Uh-huh.
Divide 18 with 2,
Uh-huh.
that means it's 9 and 9
Uh-huh.
plus 1. So
Okay.
9 plus 1 is 10.
Wow.
So that's how they learn.
Okay.
So not like you don't need to guess the
Wow.
numbers here. It's so much easier for them
Yes. Yes.
once they know how.
And
to
they do it
draw.
on paper.
Everything is on paper. I don't like them using computer. They are
Uh-huh.
using enough in the school
Uh-huh.
and everywhere. I want everything hands on.
Okay.
And they need to come and also explain it to me on my whiteboard.
Okay.
Like I said, my classroom is very interactive, so
Uh-huh.
the kids even get the right answer.
Uh-huh.
I said, can you come and show me how you got it?
How you got it?
And
Yeah,
they're
that's
like,
right.
well, why? We already got right. And they're like, if you cannot explain it to
Yeah.
me, that means you didn't learn it, dear.
Yeah, that's right.
So explain it to me.
So that is the important part, because if
Yeah.
you're working with the concept, so the answer itself is not the
Enough for me.
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah,
know how
no.
they came up with the
How they go,
answer. And
right.
also, I tell parents, please don't help them.
Yeah.
I don't want parents helping them with the homework
Uh-huh.
because it's not for the parents, it's for the kids.
Uh-huh.
And if they don't know it, I know in the
Uh-huh.
next class I need to go and repeat that.
Yes. Okay.
That way they never miss learning.
Yes.
Because a lot of time parents like want to help kids too much.
Uh-huh.
And I said, no, helping too much is not good for the kids' growth.
Right.
So let me do the job
Uh-huh.
and let you enjoy your kid's success.
Yeah, that's right. No,
So-
that's
so
an excellent
what,
idea.
Yeah, so I tell parents not to do, help them with the homework.
Uh-huh.
If they have a trouble, they can come ask me question,
Uh-huh.
and I always ask my kids, encourage kids to come and ask me
Ask
questions
questions,
because
yeah.
they're very comfortable.
Because if you want to make their concepts clear, it is very much
Yeah, and it is
necessary that
important.
you.
The kids be comfortable with their teacher, first of all, to come and ask
Right.
question.
Yeah.
And if they don't know it, it's my job to teach them
No,
again.
absolutely correct.
So a
yeah.
lot of time it happens that kids like they're sitting in the class, they don't understand, they cannot do homework next week. I reteach them and
Yeah.
it gets clear to them.
Oh, that is
And
true. so true.
sometimes I'm just teaching 3 or 4 questions in whole one class
Uh-huh.
because they're learning something new.
Something new.
We don't need to rush. It's,
There's no
this
need to
is-
rush. Yeah, it's a
It's a
foundation.
foundation, so we need to take it slow. And most of the kids, my kids, are going into gifted talented program.
Uh-huh.
They're skipping grades.
Uh-huh.
They are advancing in math,
Uh-huh.
even in their own class. And the classroom teacher tells the parents like, oh, wow, they can think.
Uh-huh.
They are different. They can think, and they are solving the word
That's
problems.
a good compliment to have. Yeah. That's
Exactly.
Right,
So that's how the Singapore math is different. It's
Uh-huh.
very conceptual based,
yeah. Okay.
and its
Great.
CPA method is very effective.
Mhm.
So I'm blessed to be helping so many kids.
And so, of course, you have been doing this since 2010. So, what locations are you
So,
gonna be
well,
offering?
I had a location in Louisville,
Uh-huh.
which was not working for my Coppell and Valley Ranch
Uh-huh.
Irving area student. So then I started everything from my home. And
Okay.
I have other 2 teachers who works for me, and they
Uh-huh.
also come there. It's perfectly working because I'm alone at
And
home.
also, you teach. You have a class
They
for
have,
English.
yeah, we do math and English
Math,
both
English
from
both,
K
yeah.
through 12, including SAT and SAT prep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're adding a location now.
Well, yes,
That's-
I want to help the
That's
kids
here.
from this side of the town, from South Irving.
So you're starting a master's next.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
wonderful.
looking
So
forward to
you're
that.
welcome for that. And so tell one more thing which we are looking for is the message to the parents, as well as I want you to tell us how people can reach you.
Well, people can call me
Uh-huh.
anytime at my 214-766-4343 number or my website, ottimmo.com. It's OTTIMMO.com.
Okay, so I see that Ottimmo.com. So you tell a story about the Ottimmo too. How did the name Ottimmo came through?
Ottimmo is excellence in Italian language. So I
Okay.
wanted to have something unique because my
Uh-huh.
program is unique.
Okay, excellent.
So I wanted to have some unique name that people can remember.
Okay, so you're from India, you're teaching Singapore math with an Italian name institute.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
So
wonderful. I
I
like that.
I want
like
to
that.
cater to all students, not just Indian or American or just, yeah.
I like the idea of that. Again, Kanan, on behalf of the entire team of Inspiration Master, thank you so much for stopping
Thank
by
you.
here, and we greatly appreciate the information. And we'll be learning some Singapore math then here. at Inspiration.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Everyone, thank you so much for watching. This is Jay at Inspiration Masters. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss any single one of these interviews here at Inspiration. Also, you can like us on Facebook so you can have an access to any of those interviews. And of course, at Inspiration Masters, we have the public speaking leadership program where you can sign up easily on our website at inspirationmasters.com. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.